Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the Audio Levels channel and welcome back to another review. And today we're taking a look at something different for this channel. This is the Sony Linkbuds S. And I say different, if you're new to this channel, welcome of course. Usually we deal with higher end sound focused earphones or audio earbuds, audiophile headphones. That sort of stuff is the main focus of this channel. So if you want to find out more about that, check out our other reviews and please go ahead and subscribe if you're new here. It really helps out and you can learn a lot about audio products that you don't usually see outside the mainstream. Like, you're not going to find some of the stuff we feature on this channel, you know, $1,000 earbuds just when you walk into a Best Buy or something. But in my daily life, I generally use true wireless headphones, unless I'm just specifically sitting down with a DAP or a DAC amp to have a listening session. But for most of my media consumption stuff, I use true wireless. For that, I've been using the AirPods Pro. I just recently picked up the AirPods Pro 2. And I've been making a switch over to Android because Apple are removing or heading that direction of removing the SIM tray, and that doesn't work for somebody like me who travels a lot. A lot of the countries don't have eSIMs, so I decided to buy a Pixel. Bought the Pixel 7, bought the Pixel 6a, both absolutely tops, and with that I'm testing out like non-Apple true wireless earbuds, and the one that caught my eye was the Linkbuds, but I wasn't so sure because there's some features missing. So originally I picked up the XM4, didn't like them, the size is horrendous. Picked up the new Bose, they're fairly decent but a little bit too warm sounding for me. And then I picked up Bauer & Wilkins and Sennheiser Momentum, and they were just kind of middle of the road meh products for me. So I was kind of losing faith. Then I tried out the Samsung Galaxy Buds recently. They're pretty good, but these are better. The Galaxy Buds, and I tried out the Pixel Buds just yesterday. And the Pixel Buds are kind of okay middle ground. I would probably at this stage go Linkbuds S, Galaxy, Pixel Buds, and then XM4. The XM4 are really, really good, but the size of them is just... They're huge, and for somebody that moves about a lot, I didn't really like them, but that's where this came in. This is the Sony Linkbuds S, the new version. They tried something with a transparent earpiece with the original Linkbuds, but now they've closed it off, and this meets and exceeds all expectations, but there's only one caveat that is the lack of wireless charging. I'll get that out the way right at the start. The one thing that is missing is wireless charging, so you do have to use the USB-C adapter on the back of it. But what makes this good for me is sound quality. The sound quality is fantastic, airy, open, and very versatile to be used with many different genres of music. And for a company like Sony, who has mass appeal, they're trying to hit as many demographics as possible. So you're balancing that sort of Asian tuning with a lead towards the higher end notes and a focus on higher end notes with the West's love of bass response. Now, out the box, they sound absolutely fantastic. They really do. But if you go into the application, and I'll talk about that in a second, the application that comes with these, the Sony headphone app, it allows you to custom tune the sound and the performance of these earbuds to an extent that you're essentially getting whatever sound of headphone you want. That's something that a lot of earphone companies try, but they've failed miserably to do. But Sony have thrown in LDAC for higher quality Bluetooth streaming. Not that I'm too much into that when it's true wireless, but you get LDAC, support for aptX, etc., etc. You get 360 audio, you get custom sound profiles, you get ways to tune the strength of noise cancellation, the active pass-through, all to your taste, whether you want to have the area detection the way you're using it. Like, for example, if you're using a quiet apartment, it dials in the noise cancelling. If you walk into a busy street, it dials back the noise cancelling so you can hear the traffic around you. And then if you're on a plane, it detects that and maximizes the noise cancellation. So really, really cool. Let's get into the actual packaging accessories, and nobody cares about that. So it's a cardboard box. Everything's recyclable, which is kind of cool. Instruction manuals, Some pretty bad ear tips. I've been using these with the ASLA ZenFit tips, the best tips on the planet. I'll leave a link in the description below, but the ASLA ZenFits or the final E-series tips work, and they make a dramatic difference to how they sound and how they fit in the ears. They fit really good, but with the ZenFit tips, they just grip. Now, basically that's it. You got a USB-C charging cable as well, which is lying about somewhere in my house. But that's it. You get this little case, and it's not much bigger than the AirPods case, and I think that's a major strength. It's also curved very nicely, so this fits into that jean pocket, the fifth jean pocket that nobody knows what to do with, and I used to always carry it with my AirPods in there. The problem with other wireless earphone cases is they're huge. It's like you can't even fit them into a regular pocket without them looking bulky, and this is a perfect little size for me. This is really nice. Now with that, you still get 14 hours of battery charge to charge the earphones with. 6 hours I was getting 5.5 hours, 5 hours 35 minutes on my battery test, run down with about 70% volume, noise cancelling turned on, so that was really good for me, but with the 14 hours in the case, and it was very quick, about an hour to charge the case up. The only thing about it is that it does feel more plasticky than an AirPods case. An AirPods case feels more dense, but size-wise, they're blow for blow for me. If anything fits in that jean pocket, that's a plus for me. Now, the earbuds themselves, incredible. Having said that, a week ago I had the XM4s and I sent them back because they're so much bigger. They're absolutely huge in comparison. These are one of the smallest and comfiest earbuds, true wireless earbuds I've ever used, even more than the Apple one. It just fits perfectly into the ear. This little thing here sits in the tragus, anti-tragus. This is the microphone array, so used to pick up the sound of your voice when you're on calls. See the little charging ports there, and this is a proximity sensor which detects whether or not they're in your ear. So if you pull one out, it will stop playing, etc. It has touch controls on the outside, which I found extremely responsive. There was no sort of messing about, flicking about, double pressing. It just took the command time after time. You can change things like the setting of the noise cancelling, you can skip tracks, you can activate your assistant, but they do a really cool thing where if you cover over the earpiece itself, it actually allows a pass-through system where you can just hear everything going on around. I found that really good on a flight recently, just like with the Sony XM5 headphones, XM4 headphones that I have. You cover the outside of the earpiece and it allows all the sound in. So if I'm on a flight and the flight attendant comes up and asks me if I want something to drink or explaining the menu options and stuff, I just hold my finger over it and I can hear her perfectly. It's one of the best pass-throughs I've ever heard. Voices sound extremely natural, even when you turn the pass-through mode on without having to turn it over. You can hear people and you can have a full conversation with your earbuds in, which is something a lot of earphones fail on. So that was fantastic. The other thing, best call quality I've ever used. The call quality performance was really strong. People could hear my voice super clear, and I could hear them absolutely no problem. Bluetooth range, I didn't do any like general distance measurements. I'm going to walk in a straight line away from somewhere. My test is always if I'm in my office, I can go to the bathroom, or I can go like 2 flights away, or if I'm in a seat in a plane in the middle of the plane, I can go to the bathroom at the back and I can still hear my phone, which is in my seat. So connectivity, distance, range was very good. Now into the sound quality, and that's something that is more of a focus of this channel as opposed to the other elements of other audio reviewers you might have seen, or audio reviewers, tech reviewers and stuff, which are just trying to sell you the stuff. I bought this with my own money, and yes, there's an affiliate link in the description below, but I did buy this with my own money, and I bought the XM4, I bought the AirPods, but there's a reason why I've never covered them, because they're more of a tool for me and not something I enjoyed listening to, and the focus of this channel has always been on the sound experience, and this is the first one that I feel like I really, really enjoy the sound, and it comes from the ability to tune in that application. They have a very good EQ, custom EQ settings, but the sound profiles themselves are very, very cool. They have ones that make it feel like you're in an amphitheater, for example. So if I'm listening to classical music, they have a club setting, which sounds like if you're in a nice jazz club listening to jazz. They have like a bass profile, etc., etc. And it adapts very, very well to that EQ. Some earphones struggle to take an EQ, but this one does it very, very well. Now, in terms of the stock tuning, I may as well talk about. It's a rolled off high, slight warmth through the mid-range, and a bass presence with a good slam on it. Out the box, this is a very versatile earphone that's going to work well with almost any genre of music. It has the air to convey classical, which is something that many earphones will struggle with. It doesn't have the treble extension to create the natural soundstage, but the application can bring in the soundstage artificially, and it does a really, really good job of that. The sub-bass response is not the tightest, but it goes pretty deep for the type of tuning this is, and it gives a really, really satisfying punch, so it sounds great with electronic music. The other thing is like rock and acoustic music. The mid-range has this sort of lushness to it, very smooth, but with that airiness that I keep talking about in combination, it just sounds better than any other true wireless earphone that I've ever heard. In fact, I thought these microphones were an open back design because it has this open back quality to the sound, and it's one of these earphones that I just kept listening to different songs, different genres. I was throwing 2 Feet, Infected Mushroom, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Joji, little bit everything, Gregory Porter, etc., etc. You get what I'm saying? It's just a really, really good earphone, and I think for the price as well, it's one of the best priced on the market. It is, for me, the best sounding on the market, and the noise cancellation, the final point I want to talk about, is class leading. This actually, to me, has stronger noise cancelling performance than they actually do on the XM4. Now, probably next year they're going to release an XM5, but as it is, this has by far surpassed the XM4 because it's smaller, it's got better noise cancelling, it sounds better, the case is smaller. I think it looks really good in the white, although it does pick up a few bits of dirt here and there. You need to keep cleaning it. The only thing missing is wireless charging. It is a bit of a pain in the ass to have to plug this in, but for me it charges so fast I just plug it in and kind of forget about it. But yeah, really fantastic little set of earphones, and I think if you're going to be buying a true wireless earphone right now, there's a reason why I don't cover a lot of them on the channel, because I generally don't think they're very good or really worth the money. This one is worth the money, but it's more than a value proposition. This is, for me, the best true wireless earbud on the market right now, and it just happens to be cheaper than all those other flagships. So that's it. Sony Linkbuds S. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're returning, welcome. If you have any suggestions for anything else you want to see me review in the run up to Christmas, let me know. And as always, if you're subscribed to the channel, go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you're looking to, your budget, the type of music you listen to, and what type of earphones you're looking for, and I can throw some audiophile earphone recommendations your way, and hopefully you get something you like, because there's a lot of stuff on the market that you don't really think about, and this was certainly a surprise for me. So I'm loving these little things, and it's goodbye iPhone to me and jumping over to Pixel and Sony combination for the foreseeable future. Okay guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace, I'm out.